Head to extratug.com right now where you can see me absolutely completely naked. Well, that's not true. Chris, zoom out, let them know I'm not completely naked. But it's exclusive video content on extratug.com if you want to check that out. It does get a little raunchy, at least. Seafood. Ew, icky. Why do people eat this? God damn, I hate it so much. Red Lobster. Long John Silver's. I don't know. The weird sushi, that's not good. There's a couple sushis that I can do, and those are a bare minimum. All gross. All disgusting. I hate them all. Seafood, you shouldn't go into the sea for food. We got cows. We got carrots. Seafood is one of the slimiest, weirdest, ickiest things you can put in your body, and I'm tired of pretending like it's okay. Sure, it's got health benefits, but so does eating vitamins. Just do that. So in this video, I'm gonna just pretty much dump everything I hate about seafood out there in an attempt to be relatable, but usually it just makes people mad. Also, this is not gonna be like, it's gonna go back to my old ways of making videos where there's really no plan. The script barely has anything written in it, and I'm just gonna kind of rant, and it's up to Chris to make it coherent in any sense. Sorry about that, Chrissy. We're just gonna jump right into it. Number one, it's gross and overrated. That's kind of an overarching concept, but I have to make, once again, I have to have some kind of formula to this. So every time someone tells me how good fish was, like every time they go out and have a big old fish dinner, like let's say they're eating the 7 fishes and they're Italian and it's Christmas. I think that's what they do. Every time they explain to me why it's so good and why it tasted so delicious, they always bring up the fact that it barely tasted like fish at all. Didn't have a fishy taste to it. Then why are you eating a fish? If the best fish in the world doesn't taste like fish at all, what are we doing? Name another food that people eat because it tastes the least like itself. Like no one's ever eaten a burger and said, oh my God, I could have barely tasted that cow. That strip of bacon, barely pig-like. And I'm just talking about like the swimmy fishies, not the little insect fishies like crabs and lobsters. That's a whole different ball of wax. You know what? Different ball of wax. Chris, point number 2, crustaceans are disgusting. Put it up there. Every time I have eaten any type of crustacean, it's like I'm eating the sea. It just, the flavor is seawater. I could just dunk my mouth on the Jersey Shore and taste the exact same thing I eat when I eat a goddamn crab. And the problem is, every time I see it, like someone, Chris, put up a picture of someone like ripping the crab meat out of a crab claw. That looks so yummy. Big, delicious red and white meat ready to be chewed on. But it tastes bad. It tastes horrendous. And once again, people like lobsters because it barely tastes like anything at all. It's just the texture, which I'm a big texture guy, but you can't fool yourself into thinking lobster tastes good when you're drowning it in butter sauce. It's a butter delivery system. That's all it is. It's practically popcorn, and that's fine. Let's stop pretending like it's anything more than that, though. And they're bugs. Lobsters are bugs. They wouldn't feed them to people on Alcatraz. That's not a rumor. That's not a myth. I think that might be actually a myth. Chris, look it up. But for the longest time, people thought it was disgusting and wouldn't eat them, and then some marketing genius decided to like say it's really fancy, and then all of a sudden everyone's eating it. And caviar! Oh my God, Chris, point number 3, caviar. Disgusting. There's only one egg you should be eating, and it's chicken. Maybe quail. I'll give you quail because they're cute. And the thing about those puppies are, you cook them. You cook those eggs so they're not f***ing slime, booger, disgusting shit. Now, I don't know, personally, I honestly don't know if you cook caviar before you eat it. I don't have Alexa around here to give me that information, so Chris, you're gonna have to fact check me on that. But I do believe them f***ers are raw, and you know what I don't enjoy? Biting into a raw little orb and just letting whatever disgusting little juices come out of it into my mouth. I don't enjoy that at all, and I know that it came out of the back end of a fish. Have you ever seen a video of them getting the caviar out of the whatever the animal it is, fish, whatever? Chris, put up a video. They're scraping it out like it's a f***ing bagel. It's disgusting. And it costs like $1 million per pound. Lobster is $75 per pound in some places. And eating, let's go back to crustaceans real quick. Chris, number 4, we're going back to crustaceans. Eating them f***ers is an obnoxious task that makes you look like a big baby wearing a bib. You have to bring out tools. You have to bring out like crab claw crackers to get into that shit. How about a fork and knife? Let's be civilized. We're not f***ing mammoths crushing on orange. Don't bite. The fact that you have to have tools to eat a crustacean, like a crab, and you bring out a little crab claw crusher, and you get the meat out of it that way? Are we building things? Is this wood shop class? What are we doing? Oh my God, let us not forget oysters. Number 6, Chris, oysters, the booger of the sea. People who eat oysters are f***ing disgusting people. First of all, every time I'm with people and they order oysters, 50-50 shot they're gonna be puking their brains out. It is not a safe food to eat. None of these things are safe. If it lives in its own house, it's gonna get you sick. But you crack that thing open and then it's just a bundle of snot. Okay, here's the thing about these things. People cover it in like lemon juice, maybe a little Tabasco, a little salt, pepper, and then they eat it. And the amount of time spent eating that thing is less than a second. It just slides down your gullet. Here's an idea. Use any other transportation system to get those flavors in your mouth. You might as well have a wad of kneaded dough that then you put the fucking flavors on and slip down your throat, because that's the same experience, except you don't get gross oyster borps. I'm so angry. Gross oyster burps for everyone to enjoy at the table. It's a fucking weird little thing. And once again, you shit your brains out the majority of the time because it's poison. And the number 7 I think we're at is sushi in general. So listen, I have flipped the script on sushi. I've become to enjoy it. At first, it's a fried tempura shrimp in a roll, and then I move on to like imitation crab, and then I'll do a little bit of crab, like real crab. And I can do like a couple pieces of nigiri, but once I start thinking about what it is, I can't keep eating it because that's just a straight up slab of raw fish on top of white rice. And then it just goes down the rabbit hole. Like, what's that bullshit? Like they take sea urchin and it's just gloop, orange gloop on a little roll? No, thank you. That's disgusting. Or the itty bitty caviar, like the little orange, they put them on the rolls. Like that's gross. I don't want to feel boba popping in my mouth when it's a dead child, a dead fish child. And then I think we're on 8, Chris. Number 8, the amount of just fish out there that I have to pretend to know about is ridiculous. If you serve me a haddock or a halibut, and you fried that shit, I would have no fucking clue what the difference is. And then there's like 10 different types of tuna. Did you know that? There's a million types of tuna. There's the tuna they serve raw at the sushi restaurants. There's the tuna that comes in cans and is white for some reason. There's just a million types of white fish out there that I have to pretend like, oh, today they're serving Chris insert name of fancy fish here. Guess I'll get the soup. Like, what the is going on? So let's move on to some more pressing issues. That isn't just me bitching and being relatable, hopefully. It is actually like the things that are killing this earth. Number 1, whaling. Remember whaling? Remember in middle school when we heard about the ye old whalers that would take oil out of their foreheads and then make lanterns with it and shit? Obviously, whaling is bad. I don't need to tell you that. If you don't believe that, like, I wouldn't be shocked if Fox News was telling people that whaling was cool again, but in general, you should know that whaling's not great. Discovery Channel covered it thoroughly, and I feel like it's not up for debate right now. But people keep doing it, you know? People keep, they throw laws out there, but people keep finding ways to kill big humpback whales. People literally tried terrorism to stop it. Do you remember that show, Whale Wars? They used to just kill motherfuckers for killing whales. That didn't stop it. People want that sweet, sweet narwhal. Unless whales mount some type of revolution, whaling will always be a thing, sadly. Whales are cool, dude. They're smart. They got human eyes, and they're on the verge of extinction, so let's just fucking cut the shit on that one. And also, I'm not even a little bit curious as to what they taste like. Like, I've never seen a whale and been like, look at all them fucking zits on its chin. Let me get a big chunk. They're literally covered in a thing called blubber. I don't want any part of that. Thank you. Number 9 or 10. I don't know, Chris. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I can't keep count of shit. But bottom trawling. That's a big issue too. You drag up a net on the bottom of the ocean and see what comes up, which is by and large the laziest way to catch a fucking fish. Just scrape the bottom, baby. Hopefully you don't pull up a corpse. And according to a study published by the ICES Journal of Marine Science, carbon emissions from bottom trawling are equivalent to 40% of annual transportation emissions. 40%. That's insane. From just scraping up the bottom of the ocean. Why are we doing that? Just cast a net. Be like Jesus. 40%? That's like stop all climate change forever numbers. Like, we just stop this one method. If we're looking for things to do to stop the world from melting and not giving up cars because we're Americans, how about this is a good place to look? It's a good place to start. This is because when you scrape the bottom of the ocean for fish, you're fucking up everywhere where the fish live. And you disturb like all the coal in the sediment of the bottom of the ocean, which releases a bunch of carbon emissions. If you think about it, what fish are we eating that is at the very bottom of the ocean? I don't even want to know that shit. Is it what they put in fish fillets? I would assume. Because a quarter of all fish are caught this way. What am I don't eat fish, so I don't gotta worry about it. You should though. Apparently we get whiting, red hake, dogfish, crab, shrimp, and flounder by doing this. What the is a dogfish? It's crazy that if we solve global warming, do you need to eat fish? Okay, number 11, I think, maybe 10, plastic. Plastic is also a big issue in this situation. So we know about dogfish now, so I mean, I guess plastic couldn't bring a scenario that's more horrific than that, right? Oh wait, looking over the notes here, it can. Hooray. Hurrah. So I'm sure you know about the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, do you not? Just a big, like, thing the size of Texas floating in the ocean covered in plastic. Well, it's not exactly as you imagine, because it's not all collected. Like, it's not all in this, it's not a big mound of it. If it was, we would be selling timeshares on it if you could walk on it. You know what I'm saying? It would be a little bit more complicated than that. Well, it's not 100% solid. It is an area in the North Pacific where currents just keep pushing trash. Kind of like like how every state has a group of people that they keep pushing to Florida. You know what I mean? And then the trash, it gets heavy somehow, and it starts at the top of the ocean and falls all the way down to the bottom. In this like area, the area of where all the plastic is impossible to measure. I tried to find out how big it was, and NOAA has an article and basically says we don't know. So that wasn't very helpful. But then it also says there are many other garbage patches. So that's not what I was looking for, but I guess I won't sleep tonight. But Tucker, how does this wrap into fishing? You know, how does this wrap into eating down at Long John Silver's? Well, you feel bad every time you take a soda bottle and you throw it in the trash instead of the recycling, right? Like, that makes you feel bad. It's going right to the Pacific garbage patch. Well, you would be kind of correct. You should recycle, but at the end of the day, 75% of all material in the Pacific garbage patch is from fishing. It's from all the nets and shit that they just leave out there because they're garbage human beings. But don't worry, we dismantled the EPA, so I try not to get political in these videos, but like, what the f are we doing? And also, the fish are eating the microplastics, and they're gobbling them up, and now it's all in our bowls. You know, like, I don't eat a lot of fish, so my bowls probably have less microplastics than you. You probably have a lot of microplastics in your bowls, but at the end of the day, not good. We're all gonna be infertile by f***ing 2025. It is 2025. And number 12, I think, biggest problem so far, overfishing. That's a big one, and we just keep doing it. Are you guys that hungry? Huh, you f***ing piggies? Just like every large issue that we have to deal with in this world, it comes down to money. People are being because of money. Fishermen want more money, so they catch more fish, even if they know perfectly well that it's killing the ocean. The coral reefs are dying, big time. They call it bleaching because the coral loses all its cool colors and then dies, and because bleaching sounds better than dying. Take out all the fish in the ground, and then the coral reef can't stay alive no more. So that's bad. There have been 4 mass bleaching events in the last 7 years, so things are speeding up a little bit. And while a lot of bleaching is because of rising ocean temperatures from climate change, which we've already solved in this video, you're welcome, a lot of it is still overfishing. When algae-eating species are overfished, algae grows like crazy and kills stuff. There's a whole bunch of laws and regulations dedicated to stopping this kind of thing, but have we learned anything in this video? People don't give 2 shits about that. The cops aren't out in the water. When you're just tossing out nets, it's not like you can choose what you get. You get sharks and dolphins and turtles sometimes, you know? And like, sometimes they don't even throw them back, they just kill the animals, which is so f***ed up. And people do tell you to throw them back, but like, most of the time the animals are already dead because you've been like sifting through fish for 45 minutes. And they can't live that long out of the water. The Coral Reef Alliance claims that 55% of the ocean's coral reefs are affected by overfishing. No big deal, just a little over half, you know? That's not a problem-solving amount of percentage. So since over half the world's oxygen is produced by the ocean, I'd say this is pretty alarming. Why is no one talking about this? Well, it's the sea Illuminati. Trying to lighten the vibes right now. Number 13, and finally, is fish farms. You guys know about fish farms, huh? You know about them? Theoretically, fish farms should be the solution to all of this, right? Technically, they're the worst part about everything I've talked about today. It's half of the world's seafood production, so pay attention, and it's bad. It's so bad, dude. It is so f***ing bad. Fish farms have massive schools of fish crammed into big nasty tanks or barricaded parts of the ocean. You know Ariel's friends, flounder and the little crab? Well, they're just swimming around in a tank full of shit and other stuff, and they're running out of oxygen because there's so much fish in the water. Isn't that beautiful? Of course, that also means these places are giant petri dishes full of disgusting biotoxins. All kinds of terrible bacteria and yuck comes out of these things. So these companies are dumping antibiotics into them, which are, again, sometimes a section part off of the ocean. So antibiotics are leaking out into the ocean at an alarming rate. And say it with me, everybody, treatment-resistant illnesses. That's one of the things that really will wipe out this entire species of people on the planet. So maybe, I don't know, is it worth eating that f***ing salmon? Is it worth eating that slop? Throw in the pollution and all of that, and these things are just ecological disasters. But luckily, the fish that come out of these fish farms are disgusting and not good at all. So we have that. So overall, stop eating f***ing fish, dude. Unless it's a dietary restriction, I do believe fish don't have souls. So if you're doing it like for a vegan thing, that's fine. But everyone else, eat a cow. What are you doing? Or tofu. I don't know. You don't have to focus on an animal. But move it around. And these videos usually end on a good note at the end, so I'll try and work that up right now. The ocean bounces back really fast. Like crazy fast, apparently. A 2020 MIT study showed that if we got real serious about this bullshit, then marine life could recover to healthy levels by 2050. I don't think we got serious about it in 2020. We had a couple other things going on at the time. But at the end of the day, 30 years is what we need to do. We could do it in 30 years and fix everything. Dude, the earth would be so much more healthy if we fixed everything. But I don't know, we'd all have to get together and do something, and that's always a fucking nightmare. So the rest of you are just gonna keep sucking down oysters and eating bullshit at Red Lobster and not think about any of this at all. But do know that the fish you're eating was covered in and shit before you ate it. So new videos every Wednesday and Thursdays. And why did I say Thursdays? It's Saturdays. And it's every other Wednesday. I keep on lying. Like, comment, and subscribe. And check out Extra Tug for a new video every week. I promise you, they're not as depressing as this one. I fucking hate fish. I hate fish. It's terrible. What did I know? I do like scallops and shrimp. I do like shrimp. Shrimp is, I feel like it's biologically able to be farmed in a nice natural manner. Shrimp is really good, but I can't eat too much of it and then I'll realize what I'm eating. Extra Tug, $4 a month, new videos. You get your name at the end of the video, obviously. Have a good one, everybody. I'm not gonna pick up Abby because she bit the shit out of me earlier and I'm mad at her. Goodbye.